Hi, good morning. Good morning, all. This is Rahul, and I welcome all the people. And I'm really thankful for all the people who are watching this live on Zoom. I'm also thankful for all the people who is watching this as a recorded session on YouTube. So let's come start our new session, day number 9 of the magic book called The Money Magnet. So let me share the book with you. Here you go. We are sharing the book. Here it is. So let's start the day number 9, the money magnet. And what do you see in this picture? So here what I see is a lot of money that is pouring in, and this money is covered with magical dust. So it is being blessed by the magical dust and it is coming to me. Similarly, this money will appear to you as coming to you. So this is pouring in abundance in terms of money for us as we are becoming a money magnet. So we are attracting this money. And since we are attracting this is going to make magical changes into our life. Okay, let's start with the reading today. And I hope and I'm sure that you have completed yesterday's, uh, you know, the practice sessions. So you must have completed yesterday's practices. Let's move and start. It is only with gratitude that life becomes rich. Dietrich Bonhoeffer, 1906 until 1945, Lutheran pastor. Okay, so Dietrich says it is only with gratitude that life becomes rich, and that is so true. In order to make our life a really rich one, we have to pay gratitude all the time for all the things that we receive in our life. Okay, starting from the birth of us until we are here on this earth. Even if we are breathing something, we have to be grateful for that breath as well. Reason being, had if that oxygen would not have been there, what would have happened? We would not be alive. So since we are alive, we have to pay gratitude for that. Okay, let's start. Gratitude is riches and complaint is poverty. It's the golden rule of your whole life, whether it's your health, job, relationship, or money. So if I conclude everything, these three lines covers everything. So here it says gratitude is riches and complaint is poverty. So if you whatever you say from your mouth or whatever comes into your mind, it should be full of gratitude. And then you will attract the riches, you will attract the abundance. But what happens normally is that, including me, until now, what I used to do, I still do as well, that the gratitude is there in us, but most of the time our mind goes towards that negativity called poverty. And we should not, means towards complaints, and that brings poverty in our life. So, so rather than paying gratitude, what we are into complaint mode most of the time. And that's normal. That's normal. Reason being, our default reset, our default system says it is complaint. So whenever we have any challenge or whenever we see some negativity, we start complaining automatically. But we have to shift our mindset from that poverty, from that complaint system to gratitude. So whenever we have something and we see it is a challenge, we don't have to focus on that particular thing. Rather than we have to shift our mind immediately towards gratitude. And we should start paying gratitude immediately. So rather than going into complaining mode, start going into the gratitude mode, and that will bring riches in our life. So it's a golden rule for for our whole life, whether it is health. So in case if we are having some issue in our health, it's a pineapple in our health. So rather than paying more and more focus on that and complaining about it, we should pay gratitude towards good health. Say, for example, if somebody is having some challenge in his leg and he's unable to walk for some reason. So throughout the day, if that person keeps on stating that, hey, I'm feeling this issue, I'm not able to walk, I'm having this challenge, I'm having that pineapple in my life, and for that reason I'm not able to, walk appropriately. So if he keeps on complaining or if he keeps on bringing that particular line all the time throughout his day, that person is in a complaint mode and it is attracting more poverty. So in terms of health, it is not poverty in terms of money, but in terms of not able to, heal up quickly from that condition. And it will attract more negativity in their health or in that person's health. So rather than, getting towards improvement or moving towards improvement of that particular challenge, that person is attracting more and more of challenges in his life, isn't it? So similarly, same is true with job and relationship and money as well. So whatever may be the condition, rather than focusing on the negative part or rather than going into a complaint mode, immediately stop over there, okay, and go back to the gratitude mode and start paying gratitude. Start writing it, start feeling it, start thinking what went good for you, what all good happened in your life until now, whatever may be the circumstances. Okay. So that way you will attract riches in your life. You will attract more gratitude in your life. So that gratitude will put you into a rich mode. The more grateful you can be for the money you have, even if you don't have very much, the more riches you will receive. So if somebody is having little bit of money, okay, so he has to be, or that person has to have gratitude for that amount of money that which he currently has, rather than complaining that why don't uh, rather than focusing on the lack of it. So if we have some, we should pay gratitude for it, and if we have more, we should pay more gratitude to it in order to attract more and more in the life. So whatever may be the case, be it less or more, we have to pay gratitude. Okay. So the more gratitude you can be for the gratitude. The more grateful you can be for the money you have, even if you don't have very much, the more riches you will receive. And the more you complain about money, the poorer you will become. So that's what I said. If you keep on complaining about money or the lack of it, you will attract more of it. So more of lack in your life. So today's magical practice turns one of the biggest reasons people complain about money into an act of gratitude. And so it has doubled the power of change this circumstance of your money. Change the circumstances of your money. You will be replacing a complaint which makes you poorer with gratitude, which magically brings you riches. So today we are going to learn how we can convert our complaint into gratitude and then magically change our life, wherein we can attract more riches in it. So how we are going to change our mindset from complaint mode to gratitude mode, and then how we become a money magnet wherein we can attract more and more and more of money in our life just by changing few things. Okay, so we are going to discuss about it, and this chapter is very very important because this is the second chapter we are learning about money. Okay, and more are about to come. And as I told you initially, the first 13 chapters are basically our basics. And for these first 13 chapters, we have to, work very, very, very hard because we are working on ourselves. And since we are working on ourselves and we are working on the basics, so to prepare that foundation, we have to learn and practice. So here we are learning in this session, and then we go deep down into the practice session, wherein we keep on writing gratitudes every single day and write gratitude as much as you can. If I ask you to write 10 gratitudes, write 100. If I ask you to write 50 gratitude, write 500 gratitudes. Okay. And keep on writing gratitude for all the previous chapters as well. Okay. Most people won't think they complained about money. But if there is a lack of money in their life, they are complaining without realizing it. So that's so true that people think that they are not complaining about money. They are just saying the truth, what they have in their life. So in fact, if they are saying that thing also, and that concludes or includes lack of it, so they're attracting more of it, because what exactly is happening over here. So whatever is going inside our mind, or whatever we are reciprocating, means we are speaking. Okay, so we are attracting more of it. So if we discuss lack of money, so we are attracting more of lack of money in our life. And since we are attracting more lack of money, we are not going to be abundant in any case or any way. Complaining happens through people's thoughts as well as their words. And most people don't aren't aware of many thoughts in their head. So as I told you, uh, complaining happens in our thoughts. Though we are trying to be positive, okay, we are writing things positively, but we are attracting negativity in our life. And how we are attracting negativity? Just through our thoughts. And we think it is normal for us. But rather than being it normal, we are attracting more of negativity in our life. Any complaining, negative, jealous, or worried thoughts or words about money are literally creating poverty. And of course, the biggest complaints come when money has to be paid out. So, more of negativity, more of complaining mode, and more of being into a jealous or worried thoughts, that is attracting more of negativity in our life in terms of money. And when we have, and the biggest challenge is when we have, uh, you know, we have to pay somebody some money, and we know that we don't have that particular money at the moment. So we go into a complaining mode. And when we go into a complaining mode, that attracts more of it in our life. If you don't have enough money, paying your bills can be one of the most difficult thing to do. It can seem like there is a greater stream of bills than there is money to pay them. But if you complain about your bills, then what you are really doing is complaining about money, and complaining keeps you in poverty. So it this paragraph clearly states that if we don't have enough of money, and there are bills that needs to be paid, what do you think what we will do? Our mind will go into a negative mode. And once it goes into a negative mode, it starts complaining, or means it starts generating those thoughts which attract more of complaint in our life. And once we have those thoughts, it attracts more of complaint, because we are we are talking about that. Okay, when we discuss and talk about that, and we think about that, it attracts more of it. So more of lack of money, more of bills in our life that needs to be paid, and we are not ready to pay it. We are not in a mode where we can pay that money. Okay, so that attracts more of poverty in our life. If you don't have enough money, the last thing you would normally do is feel grateful for your bills. But in fact, that's exactly what you have to do to receive more money in your life. To have a rich life, you must be grateful for everything to do with money, and be grudging your bills is not being grateful. You must do the exact opposite, which is to be grateful for your goods or services you have received from those who build you. It is such a simple thing to do, but it will have a momental effect. Sorry, it's a monumental effect of on the money in your life. You will literally become a money magnet. So in this passage, we can understand that if we don't have enough money, what we normally can do is, means what we should do is, even that in that particular situation, we have to be grateful. Okay, here we are shifting a little bit. Okay, here we are shifting our mindset. So rather than worrying about it, rather than complaining, what we need to do is, even in the case of lack of money, what we have to do, we have to be grateful for for your bills that you have in front of you. So if you feel grateful for those bills that you have, stating that, say for example, let me explain it to you. If I have a bill in front of me and for some reason I'm not able to pay it, and I have that electricity bill in front of me. So what I can think of, I can think in this term and I can feel it this way. Thank you for this bill, for this electricity bill that I need to pay. So it means that I'm at least capable of having that electricity in my house, and we are enjoying that electricity. Using that electricity, we are, it runs our TV, it runs our geysers and all the lights and the fan and the fridge and other appliances. So with that electricity, we are able to run all the electronic or electrical appliances at my home. Thank you so much. Thank you so much that I'm capable of having electricity in my home. And thank you for sending me this bill. And this is going to be paid automatically really soon. So what I'm doing over here is I'm being grateful for having that bill in my, in my life. Because with that electricity, I have so many equipments at my home that run on it. I'm so privileged to have that bill, because of that bill, I have electricity at my home and it lights up all the lights. I have, the geyser in our bathroom. We have other electrical appliances like your television, refrigerator, and so many others. So rather than rather than going into complaining mode, what I'm trying to do is I'm I'm being grateful for that bill. And once I become grateful for those bill, it's totally opposite energy that I'm creating. So rather than creating an energy of negativity or going into a loop of negativity, what I'm trying to do is I'm going to go into a mode wherein I'm grateful for the bill and for the electricity, for so that I can run all the appliances on it. And with this, what's going to happen, a positive energy will come out. And that positive energy will fill the aura, fill up the environment with positivity. And I will not feel that much down if I'm not able to pay my electricity bill for any reason. So that's going to, create a monumental effect of money in my life, that I'm being grateful for at least having that bill, and I'm going to pay it anyway, today or maybe a few days later on. So that makes us become a money magnet. So this is one of the ways how we can become a money magnet, even if we have bills that needs to be paid, and how we can become, grateful for those things. So to be grateful for a bill, think about how much you have benefited from the services or goods on the bill. So that's what we discussed. So we are discussing about the benefits for the goods and services. So we have bills for two reasons, either for goods that we bought or for the services that we bought. So here, if we are talking about electricity, so we have services that we have bought from electricity company. Okay. So if it's payment on rent or a mortgage, be grateful that you have home. So find ways where how you can be grateful for that particular bill. For a rent or a mortgage, you can be grateful for having a home where you live with your family. So at least you have a roof on you and you are living under that roof and you are enjoying your life and you are living in it. Okay. What if what if the only way you could live in a home was by saving up all the money and paying cash for it? What if there was no such thing as lending institution or place to rent? Most of us would be living on the streets. So be grateful to the lending institution or your landlord because they have made it possible for you to live in a home or apartment. Now think it in this way. If you have to live in a home, you have to either rent it or buy it or mortgage it. Okay, so let's make it simple. Either we have to buy it or uh, purchase it. Think in this term that if you had not had that particular lending system or renting system of those houses, so the only option left was buying that house. And if you're not capable of buying that house, what would happen? Either you can buy or you can live on streets. Since you are not able to buy that particular house for any reason, what is going to happen with you? You are going to live on the streets with your family. So how we can be, how we can be thankful for this situation where we have a lending institution wherein we have people who have built up that particular home and they let it on rent. And when they put it on rent and we lend that, we get into that home and just pay the rent every month to live into it. So what's happening over here is we are not investing the whole money in buying that house, but we are just paying out some percentage every month. It's a fractional amount of money that we are paying every month for that person to that person who has actually built it up for us. So getting my point over here, what exactly I'm trying to let you know is that we have now two institutions. Either we can rent a house or we can buy a house. Since initially there was no way to rent a house, so the only option was to buy a house or live on a street. Now, since somebody thought that way, then let me build up a house and let me put it on rent. So he will have some steady income through the renting. So and now it is beneficial for all of us. Since we somebody is not able to buy that house, he or she can at least uh, you know rent it for a fraction amount of money. So that's more beneficial for us. Just by paying a fractional amount of money, we are renting that particular home and living in it with our family happily. So that's a way where we have to be grateful for. Just by paying a small fraction of money, we are living into a beautiful apartment. If you are paying a bill for gas or electricity, think about the cooling you received, the hot showers, and every appliance you were able to use because of the service. So that's what I was discussing about my electricity or gas. Uh, We are just using those services, the electricity and the gas service, for heating and cooling and hot showers and running other appliances by using those services. If you were if you are paying a phone or internet bill, imagine how difficult your life would be if you had to travel vast distances to talk to each person individually. Think about how many times you have been able to call. You would have been able to call family and friends, send and receive emails, or access information instantly through the internet because of your service provider. All of these remarkable services are at your fingertips. So be grateful for them and be grateful for all the companies. So grateful that the companies trust you by providing their services before you have paid for them. So here it is an example wherein we are discussing about electricity and gas bill. We have already discussed that. After that, we can think of our phone or internet bill. So if we have to talk to somebody, we don't have to visit that place far away. What we can do is we can just pull out our phone and make a call and talk to that person. So somebody created those services, somebody created those instruments. We bought that instrument, but for services, we are paying fractional amount of money. Just by paying fractional amount of money, it is saving our skin. We don't have to travel so far to just to talk to that person. All we need to do is to pull out the phone and call that person and talk to them. Similarly, we are accessing internet as well. So rather than sending some written document to somebody and we send it through courier or through other any other source, we are just emailing it. So emailing anything makes it very, very easy for us, and instantly the mail goes to that person and he or she can read it. So think over this. This is just a fractional amount of money that we are paying for these services, and we are actually enjoying those services almost free. Some of them are almost free. Ever since I discovered the phenomenal power of gratitude, I write the magic words, "Thank you, paid," on every bill as I pay it. And I never miss a single one. At the beginning, when I didn't have the money to pay a bill, I would sit, I would still use gratitude's magical power and would instead write across the bill, "Thank you for the money." Then when I had the money to pay it, I would add, "Thank you, paid." So it's a simple practice that you can do. What you can do is you can pull out all the bills in front of you. If you have already paid that bill, write on that bill, that physical bill, write the phrase called "Thank you, paid." So it means that you have already paid that bill and you are really thankful for that. Okay, you are expressing your thanks for it, that you have already paid that bill. So you are thanking that service provider or that particular good that you bought, and you are telling to the universe, you are letting universe know that you have availed that service, or you have availed that good, or you have bought that good, and you really mean it, and you are really thankful for those services or good. Okay, and you are saying paid, it means that bill has already been paid. In case if you find a bill which is still yet to be paid, sorry, that needs to be paid, you can write, "Thank you for money, thank you for the money." Okay, so once you write "thank you for the money," it means it has to be paid, and you are really grateful for the money that is going to come anyhow, and you are going to pay that bill. I hope I'm clear about it. So for unpaid bills, what you are going to write? You are going to write "Thank you for the money." Once you write that "thank you for the money," it means the universe will create a way out. And how the universe is going to do it for you, I'm not sure, but it will be taken care for sure. Thank you for the money. And once you write it and leave it, what you are doing over here is you are letting your subconscious and your conscious mind let it know that you have already written on that bill Thank you for the money means you are going to attract that money, or that money is going to come anyhow to you to pay that bill. So you are not into a stress mode, and you won't keep on thinking about, you won't bring those thoughts all the time that you have to pay that bill, you have to pay that bill, because you have let it out already on the paper. Thank you for the money, and it is bound to come anyhow to you. And once you pay it, all you need to do is to say thank you, paid. And once you write thank you, paid, so you are now grateful for all the services or the goods that you bought. Okay. So that way you are paying gratitude for that bill. So we are managing those bills in two ways. Either we have already paid it or it is yet to be paid. If it is paid, we have to write thank you, paid. And if it is yet to be paid, if it is yet to be paid, we have to write thank you for the money. And as soon as that gets paid, you have to write another sentence or another phrase which will say thank you, paid. Is it clear? So what you are going to do is you are going to find all the bills and write those magical words appropriately. If it is paid, treat it accordingly. If it is yet to be paid, treat it accordingly. Okay. And if you don't have physical bins, if you don't have physical bills in present in front of you, what you can do is you can take screenshots, pull out those bills on your mobile from the respective websites. Okay. And write it on the paper. Sorry, you can print it out. Okay. Or you can at least take a screenshot of those bills and treat it accordingly. Okay. So today you are going to do the same. Take the current unpaid bills you have and use gratitude's magical power by writing across them, thank you for the money, and feel grateful for having the money to pay the bill, whether you have it or not. If you receive, if you receive and pay most of your bills online, then when you receive an online bill, forward it to yourself as an email and write it in the subject line in a capital bold letter, thank you for the money. So you can also do this as well. You can, forward that bill to yourself in an email, and in the subject line you can say thank you for the money for all the unpaid bills. Okay. If you write that particular line in bold and capital at the very top, or maybe in the subject line, you are letting the universe know you are already in a thankful mode for that bill to be paid. Okay. So it will be taken care automatically. Next, find 10 bills you have paid in the past and write across the front of each of the magic words, thank you, paid. So find out old bills, at least find out 10 bills, 10 such bills, and write down thank you, paid on it. As you write on each bill paid, feel as grateful as you possibly can that you had the money to pay the bill. The more gratitude you can harness for the bills you have paid, the more money you will magically magnetize to you. So find out 10 bills that you have already paid and write thank you, paid on it. And feel all the gratitude that you have already paid. So feel that way that you are capable of paying those bills and having those services or buying that good. Okay. Once you start feeling that way, it will magnetize more money magically in your life, since you are able to pay those bills on time and those are already paid. For this day forward, from this day forward, you could make it your regular practice that whenever you pay a bill, you briefly think about the great service you have received from the bill and write across the face of the bill the magic word, thank you, paid. Okay, so make it as a practice now. Whatever bill you receive and you have already paid it, say thank you, paid. Or even you can think of it in terms of, mentally you can rehearse it. If you pay a bill immediately, like using your mobile or a card, what you can say in your mind, thank you, paid. and be grateful for that having that service or good that you just paid for. Okay. And if you don't have money to pay a bill, use gratitude's magical power and write thank you for the money, and feel as if you are saying thank you because you have the money to pay the bill. So if there are unpaid bills, pull them out, print it out. Okay, and what you have to write on them is thank you for the money. Once you write this phrase, thank you for the money, or once you write this sentence, thank you for the money, it means you already have that money. Even if you don't have, don't worry about it. Don't start overthinking about it. You don't have that money and you are writing it, and you are getting, tensed, or you are getting uh, in a mode where you think, you keep on overthinking all those things. Don't go into that mode. Just write down thank you for the money and feel grateful for having those services or goods, and feel as if you have all the money, you are just going to pay it anyway. If you think that in that particular mode and bring those feelings out in that way, that you already have the money and you are going to pay it anyhow, you will have that money anyhow. Okay, so it's very simple, but it is a practice. You have to do it every single day. Practice, practice, practice. If you don't have bills, you cannot take a printout of it. What you can do is you can, uh, on a copy, just make few columns, the date, then particular, what type of bill it is. If it is already paid, write paid, and write the amount under it, and that particular section, that column. And the last section or column could be unpaid, and write the amount of amount that needs to be paid. So paid and unpaid all will be treated there. And for the bill that is already paid, just write thank you paid under the particulars. And under the particulars, which bill is not paid, you can write the phrase thank you for the money. So once you write it, once you pay it, add one more phrase, writing and write thank you paid. Okay, so that way you can create all the bills on your copy and treat it accordingly. Feeling gratitude for the money you have paid out guarantees you will receive more. Gratitude is like a magnetic golden thread attached to your money. So when you pay money out, the money always returns to you. Sometimes equally, sometimes tenfold, sometimes hundredfold. The abundance you receive back depends now on how much money you give, but on how much but on how much gratitude gratitude you give. The abundance you receive back depends on not on how much money you give, but on how much gratitude you give. You could have so much gratitude when you pay a bill, or $50 that you could receive back hundred of dollars. So here in the situation says, like, Rhonda Byrne says, gratitude is like magnetic golden thread attached to your money. Okay, so gratitude is attached to your money using a golden thread. Okay, so when you pay a money out, the money always returns to you. Okay, so money goes to somebody, fulfill their services, means fulfill their requirement, and goes back to other person, and goes to other person, and then comes back to you. It's kind of a boomerang effect. You are sending it out, it is going out and solving other people's problems, and then it is coming back to you, maybe in twofold, threefold, hundredfold. How much it is going to come back to you, I'm not clear about that, but definitely it is going to multiply and come back to you. So whenever you pay some money, you can think in that way. It is going to come back to you in multiples. Okay. So that abundance is going to be there. So when you pay that bill, that paying that bill is not very important, but having that feeling that you have paid Okay, and with gratitude, the gratitude that you are showing over there is very, very important. Once you bring those feelings out that you have paid and you have all the gratitude for the services and the goods, that is going to attract that money back to you in multifold. Okay, so this is a very, very, very powerful exercise that you have to do now. It says magical practice number 9, the money magnet. So the first one and the last one are almost similar, that we keep on doing every single time. It's count your blessings. So write down 10 blessings, and then write down thank you, the magical words called thank you, thank you, thank you, and be grateful as you can for the blessings. Uh, means For those blessings. Okay, so be grateful as much as you can, and read out the word or write the word thank you, thank you, thank you 3 times, which is a magical word. Okay, and the last thing we know, it's the magic rock. And when we slip into a bed and we go into a sleep mode, before that, what we have to do, we have to hold that rock in our hand, and we have to, run a mental movie and find out which is the what were the best things that happened to you that particular day, and find out one of the best thing out of them, and be really grateful from your heart, from the bottom of your heart, and sleep in that mode. Okay, sleep with the intent of sleep with that particular picture in your mind, and hold that stone in your hand, that gratitude stone, and then you can go to sleep. Okay, so number 2. So the exercise number 2, that is for today. Take any currency unpaid bill you have, use gratitude's magical power, and write across each one, thank you for the money. Feel grateful for having the money to pay the bill, whether you have it or not. So bring out unpaid bills, print them out, write the phrase thank you for the money on that, and feel as grateful as you can feel that you have all the money to pay that bill. Once you keep, just even if you don't have that money, that's okay with us. Okay, that's okay with you as well. Just feel that you have the money with you and you are going to pay it anyhow, and it will be taken care. Okay, take 10 bills you have paid in the past. This is exercise number 3. Take 10 bills you have paid in the past and write across the front of each of them the magic words thank you, paid. Feel then grateful that you had the money to pay the bills. So bring out 10 bills you have already paid, write thank you, paid. Once you write thank you, paid, now feel all the gratitude that you have already paid that bill, and you have really enjoyed the services and the good. And when you do that, you are letting the universe know that you had the power, that you are going to pay the bill for all the services and goods in your life, and it will automatically be taken care. So this was the chapter number 9 today that we completed, and tomorrow we are going to do the chapter number 10, the magic dust everyone. Okay, so just start practicing. As I told you, the key to riches and the key to abundance is the practice of gratitude. So gratitude is the golden thread, or you can say, like, in order to make you an abundant person, the only thing that requires is gratitude. So practice it really, really, really hard. Whatever chapters we have covered, do all the practices every single day. So write 10 gratitudes for parents, 10 gratitude for your money, 10 gratitudes for uh, the the health, 10 gratitude for other things that we have discussed. So until now, whatever chapters have been covered, write gratitude for all of them every single day. Even if I say just do this exercise, that's okay. This is the least thing that we are expecting you to do. This is the very least thing that we are expecting. But we have to pay gratitude for the past exercises as well. And when you include them in your practice every single day, You will see the magic is going to happen in these 28 days that we are doing right now. Absolutely, it is going to happen. It is bound to happen. Okay. So have faith and keep on doing it, and you will see the magic going to happen in your life. And whatever magic happens, whatever you are feeling, whatever new things that you feel in your life are happening after starting this magical book, please do let me know. Leave a comment on YouTube. Send me a text message on my WhatsApp. My number is shared on all the videos in the content, and you have my email as well. So you can send me an email on limitlesswithrahul@gmail.com. Limitless with Rahul, one word, @gmail.com. Okay. Send me an email and I'll definitely read it. Okay. So with this, I'm going to end this session. Thank you so much for all the people who watched this reading session on YouTube. Oh, sorry, on Zoom live. And I'm also really, really thankful for all those people who watched this on the Zoom as a recorded session. Thank you so much and keep writing to me. Thank you. Bye. Take care.